Lost their fourth game in a row. It's the worst losing streak for LA this season. We've got the biggest problems for the Dodgers right now, what they need to do to fix them. Also, some positive injury news. That's coming up next on the Dodgers Nation postgame show.
It's time for Dodger baseball.
Tommy Tank strikes again, and the Dodgers lead 3-0. Gibby! Meet Freddie!
What is up, and welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKain, credentialed member of Dodgers Media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. Thanks for rocking with us after the Dodgers lose to the Arizona Diamondbacks by a final score of 9-5. They dropped to 29-19, still in first place in the National League West by half a game. Their status as having the best record in Major League Baseball has fallen to 2 games behind the Tigers, and now they don't have the best record in the National League. They're now a half game behind the Philadelphia Phillies for the best record in the senior circuit. And it was another mess of a performance by this Dodgers pitching staff, by this Dodgers defensive unit that made lapses that led to runs in this one. You didn't have enough offense at times, and it was tough. I mean, you're a couple innings into the game. It's the fourth inning, and you're already down 7-0. It makes it very difficult for an offense to come back in that stretch. And look, this falls on the pitching staff not going out there and giving the Dodgers what they need. In this 4-game losing streak, the Dodgers, they've given up 32 runs. You saw multiple home runs again tonight by the bullpen. The Dodgers bullpen has now given up 29 home runs this season. That's the most in the National League. And they were costly in this one. You had a couple 2-run shots given up by Landon Knack. You had the shot that was given up by Matt Sauer, and those were very, very costly. And that really would hurt the comeback that the Dodgers had. I mean, Matt Sauer gave the home run to Perdomo in the 8th inning, and that was kind of the difference in this one. The Dodgers, they got 3 hits tonight on Brandon Pfaadt. It's just the most stunning development, I think, against a Dodgers starting pitcher again this season is the Dodgers' success against Brandon Pfaadt. Brandon Pfaadt went 6 innings, gave up 3 hits. All 3 of those hits were home runs. 2 solo shots for Mookie Betts and a solo shot for Shohei Ohtani. And yes, that's great. You get a couple home runs for Mookie, get a solo shot for Shohei Ohtani, leads Major League Baseball with 17 home runs on the season. But still, that is the big difference in this game. When the Dodgers hit home runs, it was with no men on base. When Arizona hit home runs, when the D-backs went deep, it was 2-run shots. They had 3 2-run home runs on the night. You had Landon Knack giving up home runs. You had Matt Sauer giving up a home run, and it really, really hurt this team's chances of winning. And you go back to early in the game, and that's where, look, this is a team that is without a lot of its key starting pitchers. Glass now is on the shelf. Blake Snell's not pitching right now. Roki Sasaki, he is not going to pick up a ball yet. So you're out those 3 guys, and you're out key relievers as well. And yes, this is the first bullpen to have to throw over 200 innings this season. And when you have a bullpen that's reeling, when you have a staff that's going with an opener and Jack Dreyer, the least you can do is play good defense. And tonight, it all started in that first inning. And what really, really hurt this team was, yes, Tommy Edman is back in the lineup, and it's great to see that. But Dave Roberts has already said that dealing with the ankle injury, you're going to see him in the infield right now and not playing center field. So that did give Hwang-Seong Kim an opportunity to get some time in center field, but it proved very costly. That first inning, Jack Dreyer had a lot of bad luck, and his teammates were not playing the best defense behind him in this one. Didn't get off to a great start. Gave the single to Marte, struck out Carroll, walked Gurriel. With runners on first and second, a fly ball that should have been out ended up as a double that scored a run that gave the Diamondbacks a 1-0 lead earlier in this one.
Gurriel at first. 1-1 to the plate, and Suarez lifts a fly ball into center field. Hwang-Seong Kim lost it, and Hernandez can't get it. Oh, it was ugly.
That is not nice, pretty baseball right there. That was sloppier than a soup sandwich type of baseball right there. And you just can't have that when you're having issues with your pitchers. You got to be able to make those routine plays. And yes, it's the lights. Yes, it is a Hwang-Seong Kim that has won 4 Golden Glove awards in the KBO. That's what they're called in the KBO, Golden Gloves, not Gold Gloves. Those are both in the infield. He's the first guy to ever accomplish that feat in the infield, but he's clearly going to need some time to figure out the outfield defense at the major league level when it comes to making reads off the bat, when it comes to playing the lights the right way. And it just wasn't his night defensively or offensively, quite frankly, but that's a play that you just can't have. And look, you don't have Andy Paz out in center field. It was a scheduled day off. Dave Roberts said before the game that Andy Paz is an everyday player, and this was just a day off for him. And you didn't have Tommy Edman because it's his second day coming off the IL, so you weren't going to have that. So Hwang-Seong Kim, if he's going to get those opportunities, you're going to have to live through some of these growing pains, but that was certainly one right there that the Dodgers couldn't afford. I mean, they continue to give up runs early to their opponent, and that is something that has been a consistent issue for this team during this rough stretch. They've allowed runs in the first inning in each of the last 5 games. Last 5 games, the Dodgers have given up runs in the first innings. And 11 of those runs in the last 5 opening innings. I mean, that's just not 11 runs last 5 innings to open up a game. I mean, that's just no way to live. That's no way to start things off. It puts your offense behind the 8 ball. It puts your pitchers in a position where you're throwing high-stress innings early on, and it's tough to overcome that. And Jack Dreyer wasn't terrible, but he was hurt didn't have great pitch execution. Wasn't the best version of Jack Dreyer that we've seen, but man, his defense did not show up for him because in the second inning, you had the very first batter you faced, the Dodgers, they're down 2-0, and Tawa, he reached on an infield single to third, and then it was a wild pitch by Dreyer. And then a couple of hitters later, Perdomo hit a sac fly to put it up 3-0. So, yeah, I mean, Max Muncy, he's been -4 outs above average this season. He's in the 4th percentile when it comes to defense. But that was not the right play right there. I mean, that's an errant throw on Max Muncy that led to that infield single. It's not going to show up as an error, right? But still, that's a play that he will say that he should have made, and he just did not make. And that is just 2 innings right off the bat where your defense lets you down and it leads to runs. And when you're a team that's slumping, those are the types of things that happen, right? When you go through slumps, when you go through stretches where things aren't going your way, it is throwing errors. It is not making plays that you should make. It is losing balls in the light. It is just the snowballing of these moments, and you're seeing it for this team, and it's happening early in games, which it really, really hurts you in a lot of different ways because then when Landon Knack comes into the game, he's in a position where he's pressing a little bit. He's in a position where the Diamondbacks can see blood and they can smell that blood against the Dodgers, knowing that, hey, this is a team that they don't want to lose to a division opponent. They want to break this losing streak. And it wasn't a well-pitched 3rd inning, but when Landon Knack came in there, he walks Carroll, gave up a bomb to Gurriel Jr., 2-run shot, 5-0 game. Couple hitters later, Moreno, bomb to left, 7-0 game. 4-seam fastball, nitro zone up and in. And then just like that, he gives up 4 runs on 4 hits. I do want to give credit to Landon Knack for going out there and being able to have the ability to at least eat some innings. I mean, I was really impressed with his ability to come off giving up those 2 home runs the way he did and find a way to buckle down and get some innings to try to preserve this bullpen for tomorrow, because that's never an easy task for a pitcher to do, especially when you're going through a rough stretch. It looked like he was going to be out of there, and the Dodgers were probably going to have a position player pitching at some point. He threw a career-high 106 pitches. He had a 16-pitch at-bat with Gabriel Moreno that he won that battle. It ended up as a flyout in the fifth inning. It was actually the most pitches in any at-bat this year in Major League Baseball. So give him credit. He did end up going longer in this game than it looked like he was going to do at one point. He didn't tax the bullpen like it looked like he did, so give him credit. He did eat those innings. He did eat those outs. He did a nice job of settling in and recovering, and he ultimately did pitch 5 innings and didn't give up another run after allowing that second 2-run home run. He even got out the last 7 batters he faced. So after he gave the last 2-run home run to Moreno, he did dial it in and was able to give the Dodgers 5 innings. So that should help them as this series moves along, as they try to win this series and try to snap this 4-game losing streak. But let's go down into the Dodgers clubhouse, where Landon Knack just spoke to reporters. Let's hear what he had to say about being the bulk guy tonight for the Dodgers.
Execution and from how they were attacking you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously early on, just execution just wasn't there. I mean, yeah, we just kind of leaving some pitches over the middle, like getting into some deep counts, just not really executing what we needed to, and they took advantage of a couple mistakes. I mean, they definitely didn't miss those, and so just very frustrating early on to put us kind of in that situation. Was glad eventually we locked it in kind of as we kept going and provided a little bit of length, but yeah, just bad execution early on, and just got to be better.
What's going through your head when you are trying to lock back in, though? Because, I mean, to be able to, like you said, provide some length and even find different ways to, I imagine, protect the bullpen had to have at least been encouraging.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I basically came in and was immediately like, just ride me as long as you can to save that pen a little bit. I mean, I just, as we were kind of going forward, just trying to find the adjustment as quick as I could. I mean, obviously, first inning, it didn't quite make it in time, and so, but was able to kind of make it a little bit better after that and start kind of getting back to the attack and kind of executing after that. So was glad to at least be able to pitch a little deeper to save them a little bit.
How frustrating a stretch has it been, just sort of considering how much the bullpen has had to throw this year?
Yeah, it's been frustrating. I mean, yeah, early on, especially in games, just kind of the inconsistency, and for me right now, just trying to keep things where they need to be, keep on the attack. I mean, the deep counts and walks, I mean, it's just not me, and so been frustrating, continuing to try to push that forward and just try to build off of the throw that we had at the end of that, and just stay on the attack.
There was Landon Knack, so he did cut it out. Got to give him credit. But let's go to you guys down in the chat. We've got Diego Ortiz over on YouTube. When the Dodgers lose, everyone sucks. When the Dodgers win, everyone is good. No in between. Yeah, welcome to being a Dodgers fan. I love that take right there. Tom V, I'm taking time off from the Dodgers. Please don't say that. I have better things to do than to watch this pathetic nonsense. Been a Dodgers fan since 1970. This is disgusting. Wow, on a 4-game losing streak? Man, Gary A., you're not going to have a Buehler-like performance by anyone on this staff, and the offense isn't consistent enough to carry them. Yeah, I will say the positives in this one, if I'm going to do my Michelada half-full take of the night, it is that Mookie Betts did go 2 for 4, hit 2 home runs, and heading into this one, Mookie Betts, we talked about it today on Dodgers Dugout Live, needing to see more from Mookie Betts at the plate. The fact that the defense has been really good at shortstop. He's grading out as an above-average defensive shortstop this season. But the truth is he's put up career lows in almost every single offensive category, particularly slug. So for him to hit 2 home runs, he raised his weighted runs created plus from 115 to 124. If Mookie has a couple hot weeks, he's going to be right back to being an all-star level bat, and you combine that with the performance with the glove, it's extremely impressive. So that's definitely a positive from tonight, to the fact that Mookie is pulling home runs. We saw 2 pulled home runs tonight, and it gave the Dodgers their first run of the game. They're trailing 7-0, 2-2 count, and Mookie Betts goes big fly Brandon Pfaadt to make it a 7-1 game.
That ball is absolutely drilled. Mookie Betts pounds one way, gone.
That was his second home run of the night, and his 31st multi-home run game of the season for Marcus Lynn Betts. That is definitely the positive in this one. If his offense can get going, that big three is going to really, really explode and score runs. And I think that it's only a matter of time that you see this team be the team that's scoring 9 runs and winning games 9-5, right? I mean, Mookie turning it around offensively is really going to change a lot for this team because, look, let's be honest. He just has not looked like that MVP level, that all-star level Mookie at the plate so far this season. He's been above average, but just we're used to such a great standard for Mookie. We're used to Mookie Betts being the MVP level hitter that he's been throughout his career. So it's strange to see him kind of not be that guy at the plate that's getting you home runs and doubles and impacting the game with his bat as much this season. But if tonight is a big turning point for him, for his season at the plate, you love to see that. I will say stat of the night is that tonight Mookie Betts, he hit his 140th home run as a Dodger. Mookie Betts now has 140 home runs with the Dodgers, 139 with the Red Sox. So Mookie Betts now has hit more home runs with the Dodgers than he did with the Red Sox. So that's definitely a great thing to hear, to see, because we know Mookie's going to go in the Hall of Fame as a Dodger, and I think that this just further kind of makes you forget he was ever a Red Sox, and you remember him as a Dodger. But here was Mookie Betts in the clubhouse after the game talking about the Dodgers' loss and his big night at the plate.
We haven't given up. I mean, but you're going to go through certain situations like this. It's just tough. We got to find a way to get back healthy. Get our guys back out there. What we got?
For you offensively, just to get those 2 home runs, when you're showing power like that, is that at least an encouraging sign for you?
Figure things out. Find a little cue that worked today. So we'll see tomorrow. I mean, it's just a constant battle.
So here right there, constant battle. He's a guy that he takes losses hard, and he's going to get back to work tomorrow, but it's definitely the most positive takeaway from tonight's loss. Let's read some more of your guys' comments down below. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation postgame show, the #1 Dodgers postgame show on YouTube. We've got Alex Renteria talking about Fried would have taken the same contract Snell took. Fried was glossing over the Dodgers in the offseason. Yeah, positive on Blake Snell, and let's see how this thing plays out. It's too early to sell your Snell stock. I still believe on Snellzilla. Well, the good news is today, Blake Snell was out to 60 to 90 feet. He was playing catch with Clayton Kershaw. He's not going to throw a bullpen before this homestand ends, but Glasnow is a little more ahead of Snell right now. He's out to 120 feet playing catch, but both those guys are trending in the right direction. Both are going to be viable options at some point. Dave Roberts said, he said Tyler is a tick ahead of Snell, but I don't know what even that looks like. So it still feels like there's a lot of uncertainty about when they're going to be back and what that looks like. But the good thing is they're not feeling the pain anymore, and they're really starting that progression. So, yeah, it's definitely a positive there. Rosemary Rodriguez, how many more at-bats does Conforto get? He's going to get a long runway. They gave him $17 million, and he's hit the ball hard for most of the season, so that definitely worked in his favor. And the Dodgers are a team that uses that to kind of evaluate whether or not they think you're going to get out of a slump. And tonight, Michael Conforto didn't have his best night once again. I mean, you look at the Dodgers, their box score, you got 6 hits. Mookie goes 2 for 4 with 2 home runs. Shohei goes 1 for 4 with a home run. Freddie goes 1 for 4. Smith has a hit, and then Edman had a hit. So not a lot of production up in that lineup. Michael Conforto, he ends up going 0 for 3 tonight. The batting average down to 168. So to answer your question, look, I'm telling you, we can worry about Michael Conforto for sure, but the positives is Andy Paz looks like he's going to be a guy that's here for the long run. Teoscar Hernandez is here for the long run. I think long term, if Conforto does not work out, the positive there is that you put Andy Paz in one of the corner spots, left field, Teoscar in right field, and then Teoscar's in the best position for him to have success, even though the defensive numbers aren't great. But Andy Paz in left field is going to be a very, 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 very good defender, a very plus defender that's going to grade out very highly. And then center field, hopefully at some point Tommy Edman goes to center field, or you have Hwang-Seong Kim continue to get better at the position. Kike Hernandez can play in center field. So I do think ideally you don't want Paz in center, and the only reason you would play him there is if Michael Conforto turns things around at the plate. And if he doesn't, the Dodgers could upgrade defensively. But to answer your question, Rosemary, he's going to get a pretty good chunk of time to see if he can figure this thing out. And if he can, I guarantee you the Dodgers have already proved to us, you move off Barnes, you move off Chris Taylor. Last year, you moved off Jason Hayward. They will have no issue at all whatsoever. You're going to see the tweet, Michael Conforto does not have a locker in the Dodgers clubhouse if he can't turn it around. I think that there's still a chance that he can, just because there has been some positive signs as far as you're seeing him get some extra base hits. You're seeing harder contact. He had a really good series the last time they played this team in Arizona. So that's going to be how this thing is going to play out. So let's take some more questions. Let's take some more comments. Then we're going to hear from Dave Roberts in the Dodgers media room. Parkerly, $5. Appreciate that. They need to keep walking Ohtani so we get angry. Mookie. Yeah, always love that. Always love that. Mookie takes it personal. Joseph H. Anyone who says hitting is our problem needs to get their brain checked. Marcus Emizakua. Our pitching staff is lost and out of sorts. CC, they're just out guys, right? I mean, they're just missing so many key pieces right now. And outside of Yamamoto, 4 of the 5 guys in their rotation aren't going and giving you positive starts. Last time they got 5 innings from May, it wasn't a good start. And you're just not getting that level of production. And then that's bleeding into the bullpen getting overworked. And then it's going to hurt their effectiveness. It's a vicious cycle right now. Bilal K, the one-run Dodgers are managed by a clown named Dave Roberts. Wow. We got, come on, Unthink No 626 Confardo. Come on now. You're getting, I haven't done a bruh tonight. You guys, you want a bruh. Bruh. I could see that. Doesn't matter. Come on now. Oh, Heasley, too much focus on playing defense means less focus on hitting. D-Mac would make a great divorce lawyer. Will only say the positives from Ray Soto. What are you talking about? I have listing all the negatives. Conforto isn't hitting right now. The defense has been mostly bad. Max Muncy, a -4 outs above average. He's in the 4th percentile in defensive third basemen this season. Arenado offensively isn't doing that much better than Max Muncy. We talked about Ryan McMahon as a possible option if you want to possibly go that route if Muncy doesn't turn things around. I mean, talking about Kim. At some point, the Hwang-Seong Kim honeymoon is going to end, and it's going to be about can he adjust. And tonight was just bad defense for him in center field, not being able to see that ball. And the truth is, this is a major problem. This is extremely concerning. I'm not here saying, oh, it's only May, and they're still a half game out of. No, I'm not here saying that, because I have major questions about the future availability of Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, Roki Sasaki. I have major questions about Michael Kopech and Evan Phillips and these guys. Until I see them all back for a long stretch, then I'm going to worry about how many guys are going to be in this team and helping him go on a stretch of games where, I mean, you're playing 28 games in 31 days. You need dudes right now to step up in a major way. So I disagree on that one. I do point out the negatives as much as I point out the positives. I really kind of do. I mean, I don't know what show you're watching. Logan Pfister, $9.99. Why is the second season in a row where we have double-digit pitchers on the IL? What's going on in those bullpen sessions? I understand some are injury-prone, but what about the others? Look, I mean, anytime you play a long season into the postseason and your bullpens is covering 60+% of the innings and outs, it's going to overwork you. And this year, I mean, look, Kirby Yates, perfect example, was having a really solid year, then started pitching a little too much, then the hamstring gave out on him. And then guys like Anthony Bonda, they've regressed this season, falling behind in counts, not hitting the sinker, not letting the slider back footing it, not having as much success against righties. I mean, the reason is the Dodgers have pitchers that throw harder and have more spin than most teams out there, and those are the ones that statistically tell you have a higher probability of getting injured. So it's the risk you take when you have high ceiling swing and miss type of pitchers. We got D-backs. The Diamondbacks YouTuber said the D-bags humbled the Dodgers tonight. Oh, good for him. I wouldn't say the Dodgers were humbled that much. They almost made a comeback there. They're not worried about the Diamondbacks. The Dodgers are worried about the Dodgers, okay? The Dodgers know when they're healthy, they're the best team in baseball. They proved it last year that they weren't even 100% healthy and were the best in baseball. Have fun with your one little World Series there, Diamondbacks, okay? You guys relax. You guys aren't even little brother status. You're like distant cousin that no one even cares about, that you basically see like once every like 5 years and know their name. Like it's all good. Okay, don't bank on Glassman. Okay, all right, so let's hear from Dave Roberts from the Dodgers clubhouse and his reaction to the Dodgers' fourth straight loss.
Yeah, certainly encouraged. I thought that, fighting back the way we did the at-bats, obviously Mookie really showing life tonight was huge. It's just kind of, it's hard to start, games behind, before you take an at-bat. And I think the last week we've given up runs in the first inning. So it's just, we got to throw up that 0 and kind of get a chance to get the game going. But it does show something about our offense that we continue to fight. And to get Shelby in the game was big. To kind of get to their bullpen a little bit, given down 7-0 early, I think that, bodes well for the next couple games. But yeah, I think that, given extra outs, things like that, for a team right now that just doesn't strike out a lot of guys, when the ball's in play, we've got to make plays that we need to make. And we also got to get strike one and things like that. So at the end of the day, it was good to see Landon chew up 5 innings to kind of get to the next day. But, it's still a loss.
How difficult is this period you're going through with the pitching? And is it as simple as saying this is just not the staff that you thought you would have this season?
It's not the staff we thought we'd have this season. But I feel that kind of what we still do and have done in the past with injuries, we're not doing. And I say that in the sense of getting ahead of hitters and keeping the ball in the ballpark. But yeah, we're not, obviously we're banged up a little bit on the pitching side of things. I think the offense is going well, but with that, we still got to make sure our defense is tightened up to give the pitchers the best chance to have success when they do get that opportunity.
Did Kim just lose it?
He just lost it, and and I don't know if it was twilight or what. He just lost it, and so that's just, unfortunately, that's something that happened.
The decision to play him out there in Edmund at second,
just kind of Tommy played center yesterday, and the idea of trying to take care of his ankle, because when he gets top speed, that's what kind of potentially could put him in harm's way. So trying to take care of him on a back-to-back. He'll be down tomorrow, and just kind of that's the kind of the thought behind it.
Losing it though, should Kim have been better about letting Teo know, hey, giving him a signal earlier on?
I think so, and I think that's something where you haven't played a whole bunch of center field, so I think right at that point in time, he's just trying to find the baseball and not really kind of letting, the guys to the side know that he is having trouble. But that's more experience and kind of an outlier play, but yeah.
So there's Dave Roberts talking about Hwang-Seong Kim and the ball that he did not see, just lost it, and it was a bad start for the Dodgers for sure. Just could not overcome that rough start. And look, just not enough opportunities for this team in general. I mean, this is a Dodgers team that has a great offense, and you score 5 runs, and typically when you pitch the way they can, you can win baseball games by scoring 5 runs, but they just had 5 opportunities with runners in scoring position tonight. You go 2 for 5. Smith had a hit, and then Edmund had a hit, and that was late when the Dodgers tried to mount a late comeback, and they scored 2 runs in the 9th. You were close to putting the tying run at the plate with Shohei Ohtani, but fortunately, Hwang-Seong Kim couldn't get the job done there. But on the other side, I mean, the Diamondbacks went just 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position. It was the home runs. Like I said earlier in the show, 29 home runs given up by Dodgers relievers. That's not going to get it done. Okay, let's go to some super chats. Grizzly_OSO, $5. D-Mac, can we get the front office to make Conforto lean into more pitches because that's really all he's good for. Come on, man. Hey, really, he set up the Ohtani 3-run shot against the Diamondbacks. So you guys always make me laugh. You guys always make me laugh for sure. Okay, let's see. We got Cesar Chirinos, $10. Appreciate that. Doug, do you believe the Dodgers regret signing Snell and Glasnow? Love your show. Appreciate that, Cesar. $10. That is what I'm talking about. Appreciate that. I'm going to use that for a nice torta after the show. Nice little comment of the show for you.
Win.
Good stuff. But the truth is, it's too early to tell. It's too early to tell. We're over a year into the Glasnow signing, and it hasn't been a good signing because he hasn't pitched in the postseason. He got injured. When he's pitched for the Dodgers, he's been great. So, I mean, the varying degrees of great, right? I mean, he has had extremely high flashes. Blake Snell's made just 2 starts. So it's too early to tell. And Max Fried, I know a lot of people say they should have signed Max Fried, and I get it. He's your guy. Santa Monica, Harvard Westlake, likes the Dodgers, Sandy Koufax, all great, beautiful stuff. Love me some Max Fried myself. But he also has an injury history, too. There's no guarantees he's going to stay healthy. I mean, these pitchers, it's an epidemic throughout all of Major League Baseball. It's not a problem exclusive to the Dodgers. But to answer your question, it's too early to make that assessment. If October rolls around and Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow are both wearing Dodgers hoodies in the Dodgers dugout, yeah, then maybe you start to kind of think of, hey, is there some regret? Did they pick the wrong guys as far as their frontline starters? But the truth is, it's way too early to make that claim. It's way too early to make that claim just for the simple fact that they are at the very least on the mend as we speak. So let's wait to see how this plays out. Ed Sabatka, D-Mac, what should be the conditions for Teoscar and Andy switching corners? I mean, Teoscar is going to play in right. He signed a 3-year deal. A part of that was him playing right field where he's more comfortable, where his defensive metrics grade out higher. So that is what it is. Andy Pajes, he's got versatility on his side too. So I'm not worried about that. Let's see what else we got there, guys. You guys are firing up. Juice Narrows, come on. DFA Michael Kun 0 for Fordo. Really? Come on, man. You guys are just begging for the bruz tonight. You know what? You're begging for the bruz. You guys realize that? Bruh. You're begging for the bruz. Okay, let's do some more comments here, and then we'll try to flush this one. The Dodgers got Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the mound tomorrow. They're ace, trying to be the stopper. That's what stoppers do. Chris, it's called good defense, Dodgers fans. We've got Mayuyu Yeager. I really want to see Shohei return to pitching. Dodgers fans don't know that he's a great pitcher, and there are too many who don't believe in how great he is as a pitcher. No, trust me, Dodgers fans know how great of a pitcher he is, and it's definitely different when you see him pitching for your own team, but that's why they went after him the way he did. Shohei says, I guess I'll have to pitch now, for sure. Prone to Thrill says, Dodgers have us freaked. NS, we come here to rant. DMAC, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Rant. When I say the bruh, it's because I'm actually laughing. You guys know there's a reason why they gave me the option. They say, DMAC, do you want to have the comments on the screen or off the screen in the event that people get a little too crazy? I said, no, I'm the man of the fan. This show is them. They're my co-hosts in this show. I need my comments on the screen. It's so you can have a voice to have this be your Dodgers therapy session, to give your takes out. We get through this world of Dodger baseball together, the ups and downs, the smiles and frowns. So there's no doubt about it. That's what it's all about. Now, you guys know that I will have opinions on the show that I don't agree with because I like that. I think that's what makes this a balanced effort for sure. Well, let's do some more here, and then we will be out of here. Let me read comments for the rest of the way. Delirium 9, will any of our starters give us 6+ innings to start this month? Tomorrow, let's get a 6+ inning start for Yamamoto, okay? And hopefully Delirium now will be that guy. Angel says, look at Muncie's past 5 years, batting average, DMAC. Yeah, it's been in 200s. For some reason, you guys think that, his numbers have been down. He's been a below-average hitter and a below-average defender. That's what the stats say. He also has had a better last couple weeks, harder hit balls, and he's Max Muncy, has been a big part of this team, and they showed us this last week. If they think that they can improve at your spot, they will do that. So maybe there's a little pressure there. Maybe there's some pressure there. You never know. But Muncher82, come on, bro. That is the craziest name. D-Mac, can I get a bruh? My coworker said DFA fake Snell. No, you're not getting a bruh for that. You're getting a bruh for your, you're going to get a bruh for your, you're going to finish him. Finish him. Maybe I'll get a bruh too. Yeah, you know what? Forget it. I'll get finish him. Okay, we got some more NS in the chat. Gary A. Dodger's going to have you take the training wheels off Ohtani. He needs to pitch. After 2 surgeries, his arm will hold up. Mix-ill Felix says, debating before the season who will be the first to throw a no-hitter. Now it's a complete game. That's a great, I love that. It's one of my comments of the show, Mix-ill Felix. Yeah, now it's like, hey, forget a no-hitter, a perfect game. Which Dodger's going to go 6 innings? Which Dodgers pitcher is just going to find a way to do that? What's up, Diego Ortiz? What's up, Claudia? Last 4 games were disappointing and frustrating, but tomorrow's a new day. I love that. It's a bruh the whole month from Junior J. You guys are bringing it. I love that. Rosemary Rodriguez, are they really shopping for? They're not necessarily shopping for one. I don't think so. I think that the Dodgers internally feel like Max Muncy, if he can hit at a well above average level, then they can live with subpar defense at third as far as just how it's graded out. And look, he's a guy that they have a club option for $10 million after the season. Like he has, they're committed to him for a long term. So, but I know that they think he can still be a dangerous hitter, and that's what they want him to be for sure. There's no doubt about it. Keith Potter says, D-Mac, I'm available for tomorrow's game. Yeah, if you're watching this, if you have a functioning arm and a glove, be at 1000 Vince Scully Avenue at 10 a.m. for tryouts. No, man, I'm only kidding. They're going to be fine. Joe Mama, D-Mac, Dodgers getting all the bad games out of the way now. I like that. But all right, guys, that is going to do it for this episode. And it says, I'm glad D-Mac doesn't charge us for counseling. Since when was Chavez Ravine a hitter's park? We've got Diego Ortiz. D-Mac, I'm going to buy one of your hats right now. Hey, join the Dodgers Nation Discord, guys. We're doing these hats in the Discord for the VIP access, the Nation access, $6.99 a month. So we got Ricardo Franco. Any credibility to getting Skeens over to LAD? We'll talk about it on tomorrow's Dodgers Dugout Live. How about that? Yanni, betting is not a problem. Bag's not a problem. Pitching is D-Mac. The issue is pitchers' injuries is not unique to the Dodgers. 5-man rotation does not work in this day and age. Okay, well, that's going to do it, guys, for this episode of the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKain. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. Appreciate you guys lighting up the comment section as you always do. Tomorrow, Yoshinobu Yamamoto takes the bump, and hopefully he can be that stopper. 2.12 ERA for Yama. Let's hope that he gets this Dodgers team back in the win column. We'll be back tomorrow for Dodgers Dugout Live. Like I said, we're doing more post-game shows than ever, so we're going to try to get in and out of these, and then going to hit that breakdown as well. But that's going to do it, guys. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, subscribe to the Discord, subscribe to the Big Lead, and most importantly, remember that nothing, absolutely nothing, brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. Until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
And when the upcoming winter gives way to spring, rest assured, once again, it will be time for Dodger baseball.